Junior want to not be on my I can't really see what did I miss. Ex-strippers.
Good morning, my lovely people. Hello, Giggle Squad. How are you? Happy Memorial Day weekend. I know you guys are excited because some of us get Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. So we get a 3-day weekend, you guys. All right, before we get started, you guys, come drive with me and listen to Storytime. Come drive and Storytime. You guys, so I'm on my way to my hip-hop spin class. Ooh, honey, I went Monday and I couldn't go back to Saturday, which is today, because my legs, honey, leg workout day is hard. So we're here today and we're excited about being in the class, but catch me after the class. You guys, I want to tell y'all this story, you guys. Okay, so before we get started, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hello to all my new subbies, you guys. Go back and watch all the wonderful stories and all the jokes, you guys. And once you do that, you are part of the family, okay? And also subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications, give the videos a thumbs up. What do we say if you don't like the video? Don't give it a thumbs down because we don't care. You guys, and so go ahead and comment down in the comment section, because you know I always talk back to you guys. Okay, so let me tell you something. These I've always seen, or I've been seeing, you know, just throughout time on social media, give me back those old time relationships, how people was, you know, in the early 40s and 50s. Give me that type of relationship when a man was a man, went to work and and all that, and women was able to stay home. All that stuff that people put in their minds regarding relationships. Honey, let me tell you something. My dad passed away last August, and there's a lady that's in our family that is really into our family history. I guess it's genealogy. She's really intense into it, and she has boards, like she created these boards of pictures of different people that's on my granddad's side. Now she's on my granddad's side, which is Baron's dad. She created these boards with pictures and tells all the kids and which kid had that kid and that kid had this kid, and it's a whole complex thing of the family. So you can find out where you come from, where our family stems from. Honey, most of it, she got locations, she got their birthdays, she got if they're, you know, still living or passed away. She has every bit of information. She has death certificates, honey. She got divorce decrees, she got deeds to land, and just all these different type of things this woman has. I mean, she is like the one to go to, and she signed up with ancestry.com, DNA stuff, and all of that different stuff, honey. She don't play. But another thing that she has is stories. It's not just the paperwork, she got some stories. So she was telling us about this story, and it's this man. I know his name, but I'm not going to mention his name, honey. I don't. Well, some of his kids are still living, so we don't want to out the family like that. So we don't want to out the family like that. So this gentleman is my granddad's grandpa, which would be my great grandmother's dad, which would be great grandmother. It would be my great whatever grandpa, baby. So he was my grandpa was born in 1921. So of course his mom was born like early 1900s or maybe even late 1800s or something like that. But her parents would have been in the era where there were slaves. And so this gentleman, who my great, I don't know if it's great or one great, y'all let me know. I think it's great grandpa was a businessman of some sort. So they had got emancipated from, they had abolished slavery, and so he was a free man. Now, how he became a businessman, maybe he was some type of businessman or something like that during slavery. And he took those skills when he left from slavery, and he really did well for himself. They really likened him to being rich. And this woman knew how much money he had when he died. and also knew how much money he had when he died, and calculated, you guys, how much that money would be in today's economy. And so he was a businessman, but he was like a swindler. So I don't know how he made all his connections with people and stuff like that, but some type of way he ended up with a bunch of land. And so what he would do, because he was a businessman and he was kind of like a swindler, and then he was like considered to be like a loan shark of some sort, then if you were not able to pay him back, then it would give him the opportunity to take pieces of people's land. So a lot of people did not like him at all. A lot of the white men did not like him, and the black people didn't like him neither, because of his ways and how he was getting over on them. The white men, I believe, did not like him, from what she was saying, is because he was just a little bit too smart for them, especially during that era. Hey, it is what it is. People got a problem with some black people being smart. They just do, or well informed. Now but the black people didn't like him because a lot of them were ignorant to how, monies worked. And you coming from slavery, you really don't have money, but I don't know, he must have been something within the slave era or whatever, and he must have been something where he either taught himself things or he was around some things to make him the business person that he was. And so they didn't like him because he was hustling them, and they didn't have the smarts to know how to get what they lost from him back. So he was having deeds to people's land. Now, he could not take care of the land, the grass and plant stuff, because he planted stuff on the land, which allowed them to grow different items. He couldn't do that by himself, so he needed manpower. Mind you, he was a good looking man, and now you're successful. So what comes with a good looking man or woman and success? Women. So the women were attracted to him. So what he would do was he would kick it with the women. So now he's a womanizer. But what he would do when he would kick it with the women, he would keep them on the land with him. So it's almost like this brother started a whole nother slavery operation without the actual whips and stuff like that. But he kept these ladies at his on his land. He allowed them to stay there, but they had to work for him to keep the land up to par. Okay, but she was telling us that he was very abusive. So this man, she said some ungodly number of children this man had. I promise you, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not making this up because it just ain't gonna lie on my family like that, I want to say this woman said, like, he had something like 89 kids, some stuff like that, like some insane number. Now, in this day and time, you guys, if you got 10 kids, people looking at you cockeyed and crazy. And you remember when John and Kate Vert plus 8 came out, we was like, 8 kids, we was clutching our pearls. If you hear someone saying 13 kids, you shake and tremor. So this man had some ungodly number. I'm just throwing out a figure. I don't know if it was 89, but it wasn't no 4, 5, 6, 10, 20, 30. It was a high number that made me kind of gasp, like, what? So he had a bunch of kids, but they were by the ladies that lived on the land. So now you're trying to breed up the next, generation of people. But they said that he began to be very evil, and he was very abusive. Back then, honey, you can't tell me them slaves didn't come out with psychological trauma. You just can't. And a lot of them end up, from just reading different things, a lot of them end up taking on the same traits as their master, beating their women and all that different stuff. And so he began to beat the women, and I mean brutally beat the women. And so as time went on, he did this for a long time. As time went on, the kids began to grow up. These women, either some of them died off, some of them, became pregnant, or someone was too old to have children, or whatever it was. And the women started, girls and boys. The sons witnessed, as they grew up, began to witness him beating the crap out of their mom. But mind you, all of them got the same daddies, but they got different mamas. So they're step brothers and sisters by law. We just say brothers and sisters, but they're step brothers and sisters. No, not step. They're half brothers and sisters by law. That's, So the boys got together, and because of the brutality that he was doing to their moms, the brothers got together and decided they was gonna kill him. Baby, they said, you ain't gonna keep beating on my mama or mamas. Baby, they got together. I don't know where they got him at. Ooh, excuse me. I was eating a smoothie, y'all, that had seeds in it. You know how you put them blueberries in there and that blackberries and it got seeds. Okay. So, excuse me. So, they end up getting him somewhere. I don't know where they got him, but they got him somewhere. Y'all, beat the man to death and set him on fire. They beat that man to death. They beat they daddy to death and set the man on fire. Honey, I don't know who got this man's land. I don't know. I don't know who got his money. I don't know who got his land. I don't know what happened to all those women, if they just moved, but they killed him, and then nobody go to jail whatsoever. Baby, them folks was wild. So you better watch time. I want them old time relationships. No, you don't. No, you don't. Just say you want a good relationship for yourself, or pray that, or speak that into existence. Don't say you want what the old time people had, because don't y'all ever talk about love and hip hop and all that type foolishness, because baby, foolishness has been going on in relationships, domestic violence, brutality, all deception. All of that's been going on for years, honey. The relationships back in the day, they wasn't the best, honey. I've seen some things. My grandma and them relationship wasn't the best. It was some cheating going on around there. I guess I got a story time on one of that. It was some cheating going on around there, but they stayed together. They just had the mindset that they didn't want a divorce because divorce was frowned upon. So don't get envious and talk about what you want, because you don't know what was going on behind closed doors. Baby, his sons killed him. They said, you ain't gonna keep doing this. Baby, the sons killed him. Y'all, I'm almost at the hip hop spin, y'all, and my legs are starting to tremor a little bit. Because, honey, I got to push myself, y'all. I get my moisturizer all on my face and things, y'all. You guys have an amazing, amazing Memorial Day. If you're going to cook Sunday, honey, so you can rest Monday. Because ain't no worse than wearing yourself out by that grill and cooking on Monday and then got to turn around, go to work Tuesday and be dead tired. That way, Monday you can get on up, honey, eat you some food and go on about your business, y'all. I think I'm going to put me together some jerk chicken. I'm going to make some homemade jerk sauce that I made before. And I'm going to put that, marinate me some chicken parts, some thighs and legs, because those are the cheapest, and throw that on the grill. Bring the grandbabies over, hit them across the head a couple of times with some water balloons and things like that. We're going to have a good old time, you guys. We're going to have a good old time. So you guys stay safe, stay blessed, and I will see you guys on the next time. You guys go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for notification. Give the videos a thumbs up. And if you don't like the video, I don't care. Don't say nothing about it, y'all. And engage with me down in the comments. Peace.